In the rough and tumble world of AMSOIL Grand National Cross Country Racing, even the best are not safe from disaster. But defending champion Chris Borich picked himself up from this crash to rally and take the opening round win in Florida. Today, round 2 from Georgia. Hello everyone, welcome to Racer TV. Today coverage of the Maxxis General GNCC Round 2 of the 13-race AMSOIL Grand National Cross Country Series. We'll be highlighting our ATV racing today. Our morning race riders out on the track right now. That's an event for 4x4 machines, also women, super senior, and novice riders. But the big show is our pro race, which will be getting underway in just a few moments. There's the #1 machine of Chris Borich. That's who everyone is gunning for, like that rider, Walker Fowler, and also Adam McGill. Fowler and McGill on the podium, the top 3 of our opening round. But Borich took the win in that. Let's give you the highlights of it. Took place a week ago in the deep sand of Florida. A rookie, Braden Henthorn, takes the whole shot of the #10. But it's McGill here on the Honda quickly taking the lead with Borich stalking him in the #2 position. A good ride also for the #4 of Chris Bithell, who was off to the races in 3rd early. But not with the lead group off the start. It's the #2 here of Fowler, who had an early crash. He had to work his way forward, eventually getting around Bithell for the #3 spot. Late in the race, Borich has the lead, and then this runs into the back of a lap rider. Nearly his entire lead was evaporated, but he picked himself back up and holds off McGill at the line to take the win. Your defending series champion started the year off in the best possible way. But McGill's not happy about this. He wants to overcome the Borich charge. He wants to be the one to end Borich's 4-year streak at the top of this game. Here is Adam McGill.
I feel really good. We come off a 2nd place finish in the River Ranch last weekend, and I'm pumped. I'm ready to go. The Precision, Lone Star, Baldwin Motorsports Honda is really pulling well, and I'm happy with how it went. Had some things changed, like I said, with some sponsors up from last year, and we're off to a good start. We're off as good as we was last year, so as long as we come out of here with a podium finish or even just a finish compared to last year, we ought to be way better off than we was. So we're just hoping to come out here and get a good start and just run up front all day and make passes where you can make passes. It's going to take a lot of strategy. He's smart, he rides well, he's in good shape, and it's just going to take just waiting. It's not necessarily like the last lap passes. It's just knowing where you can pass and where you can make time and where you can't make time. This is a place here that has a lot of fast stuff, a lot of open stuff, but then when you get down the bottoms and the ravines, it gets real tactical and real tough. I know they got an FMS section out here again, and it's just going to being smart and just riding well and being there at the end and making your passes where you can make your passes. And if you go out here the first lap and go like hell, you sure can lose the race in the first lap, but we'll just have to see what plays out.
There's McGill headed to the starting line. The reason he keeps talking about being smart and strategy is because that man Borich is known for hanging back early in the races and then attacking on the final lap of what will be a 2-hour event. So it's not about just being fast enough to lead him, it's about being smart enough to hold him off late in the game. Now it's time to go racing. We're going to pass on the sands of Florida and now race in the slick, muddy clay of Georgia. I'm Jason Wygant, giving you the race call. Engines will be off, and the green flag waves will be on, and we'll be underway.
Off and rolling at our Maxxis General GNCC.
Drag race into turn 1. Check it out around the outside. I believe that's the rider that grabbed the whole shot in the first race. No! Gabe Phillips on the white machine, the #15, actually does get to that line first. He's going to grab the DeRisi Racing Woodhead Whole Shot Award, but it's Braden Henthorn on the red, #10, who gets back by him. Henthorn, a rookie in this class, led off the start of the first round, but quickly zapped by the Yamaha. Brian Wolf, a great line, takes the lead momentarily, and now Chris Bithell challenging Wolf for the lead. There's a tangle going into the woods. 4 different passes in 3 turns, and Bithell on the #4 into the #1 spot, and somehow McGill is up to 3rd. I did not even see him off the line. And a last place start there for Jared McClure on the #5. So he's got his work cut out for him. Bithell Rarely do we see him get good starts. Has one today. The intensity these riders brought to those first couple of corners, that's going to set us up for a great piece of action these first couple of miles, because you get the lead, you get past, you certainly want to get it back. Now onto the motocross track. Aonia Pass Motocross, the host site for this event. And Bithell making it look easy right now. There's the number 10 of Henthorn, the 17-year-old, right behind McGill and right in front of Borich on the number 1. Good story here for Bithell, longtime Can-Am rider. Switched over to the Suzuki this year because his good buddy Chris Borich obviously has those machines figured out. They ride and train together a lot, so he's on unfamiliar equipment to him, but certainly a machine that there's a lot of data on about how to make it go fast and win these races. And he has not skipped a beat, was up front all day long at the opener in Florida, and is pulling away from everyone here at round 2 in Georgia. And for some reason, Bithell always seems to do well here in the red Georgia clay. He's had some bad luck through the years as far as finishes goes, but he's fast. Now the rider's hitting this FMF PowerPoint section, which is the log crossing. This could really be a difference maker today. Here's McGill over into the number 2 spot, Borich in 3rd. And then Wolf on the 341 comes through the number 4 spot. And I believe that's Fowler. Not a good start again for the number 2. He's got his work cut out for him, especially with the blistering pace that Chris Bithell, the man out of Pennsylvania, has set early on. Boy, he is gone. Normally we see these riders nose to tail for the first couple of miles. Bithell on the gas early today.
Any engine, any season, at home, at the track, or on the trail. AMSOIL, the first in synthetics.
Racer TV is brought to you by AMSOIL, by Rocky Mountain ATV MC, and by Can-Am. Welcome back. It's the Maxxis General GNCC. Jason Wygant giving you the call here on NBC Sports coverage of the Grand National Cross Country Series. Chris Bithell leading the way, and he is just on it. He's left these guys behind. They can't even see him right now. Second place is Adam McGill here on the Precision Honda, and then it's the Yoshimura Suzuki of Chris Borich in the number 3 spot. As I always say, it's a lot harder to catch what you can't see, so that's the strategy for Bithell right now. Just going to try to get away from these guys. Now Borich up to the number 2 position. He knows he's got to go. He makes the move on McGill. See if McGill can stay with him. And then it's the number 2 of Fowler. Fowler, a multi-time champion in the GNCC Youth Division on mini ATVs, and then dominated his way through the amateur ranks as well. And then in the XC2 class, which is one notch below this XC1 Pro Division, he swept it. He won all 13 races 2 years ago, so that puts a lot of pressure on him. He'll be the kind of guy that can go after Borich to win these races and a championship. Certainly a great pedigree for Fowler. Here he is still in 4th. The starts have done him in so far this year. He's going to have his work cut out for him. And even if he can catch the leaders, he's using a lot of energy to do it. Looks like Borich has caught up to Bithell. The good buddies now are going to put themselves on what would feel like a trail ride together. And McGill here with the Rocky Mountain ATV MC helmet cam. Oh! Just clipped a tree. Looks like he's okay. And the helmet cam, by the way, intact as well. Oh, now having his problems. I think he was run into by Fowler. 2 crashes in one section. And the point I was going to make is these two, it's going to be very easy to ride together. It's a lot easier to push when you've got someone in front of you than it is to ride all alone. And McGill was going to really have to up the tempo all by himself to catch these 2 riders, and that maybe is what bit him. As soon as we see that happening, He hits a tree and crashes, and he goes down again. Here's Fowler, who we saw get around a down McGill to the number 3 position. Not sure what happened there. I don't know if Fowler caused that second crash or not. No time to ask questions right now. He's got to go after these guys. They're both on the motocross track, but they're in a different section than Fowler is. So the goal for the Suzuki men, run in formation and don't let Fowler see what you're doing. To the FMF PowerPoint we go here on lap 2. Borich a little more conservative through that log crossing than Bithell. But if you're Borich, you're happy about this. You just stay in touch with the leaders all day long and then uncork it on the last lap. That is usually the strategy. If you're Fowler in third, you do not have that luxury. You've got to pin it right now, burn a lot of energy just to catch these guys. In a 2-hour race, conserving energy is everything. Of course, we'll get rougher throughout the day as well. Now we got a battle. Different lines for Borich and Bithell. It looks like Borich, I thought he had a line to maybe take the lead, but he's going to sit back there in second. As long as Fowler doesn't get too close, no cause for panic or alarm with the leaders. The pressure is on the number 2. He's got to bridge that gap. See if he can do it.
Sometimes you come across something so different, you just have to stop and check it out. The Rocky Mountain ATV MC website has everything you need, from our huge selection of tires, ATV and UTV accessories, and OEM parts, to our online chat, customer reviews, and instructional videos. Our extensive inventory means most orders arrive in 3 days or less. Get low prices, quick shipping, and incredible customer service. RockyMountainATVMC.com. Get ready.
Racer TV is brought to you by AMSOIL, by Rocky Mountain ATV MC, and by Can-Am. Give you the highlights of our Can-Am morning race at this Maxxis General GNCC. And the big 4-wheel drive quads out here doing their thing with the Can-Am Renegades and Outlanders. The Utility Unlimited class, we like to call it U2, dominated by Robert Smith. Yeah, he's got a reason to pump the fist and cheer. He's got a big lead in his class. Let's focus on the 206 Kevin Trantham in the 4x4 lights class, only 500 cc's of displacement, but he has proven he can not only win his class, but beat the bigger engine utility machines in the overall. He was the top 4x4 rider today in Georgia. And the top rider out of everyone, no surprise, the 201, the Dominator, Dave Simmons, out of Paynesville, Ohio. He brings the pain in the 45-plus class, dominates the division, and again beats everyone else at adjusted time for your 2-hour race morning overall. I say it every week. Take 20 years off this guy, he might be beating Borich for championships in this afternoon pro division. Simmons can definitely ride. We got a battle on our hands. We go back to the afternoon race, and I think Borich has just taken the lead from Bithell. Borich was experimenting with some different lines back there, and that one paid off. Here's our third-place rider, Walker Fowler on the Yamaha, still trying to run them down. And through the pits we go. Time for gas. They'll pit together. Borich is in the back. That is Bithell in the front. The champ gets to pick the pole position start area, and how about that? Bithell gets in and out first. And it doesn't matter what machine Chris Bithell is on through the years, he always seems to get great mileage, and then he doesn't have to stop as long in the pits because he doesn't have to put as much gas in the thing. I don't know what he does, but it has been the case forever. And it's paid off. He's gotten the lead today, and look, Walker Fowler is hooked up with these guys. No, I don't believe he stopped in the pit, so a good strategy here. Like we said, it's a lot easier to catch them when you can see them, so skip the pit, providing you don't run out of gas on this next lap. And now he'll get to run their pace. It'll be easier. He'll save some energy. He'll put some pressure on them. Now they know they've got to deal with the kid on the number 2. Flying information through the woods. Bithell, Borich, and Fowler. And by the way, you remember McGill, who was up front early and then had those 2 crashes in the trees. He is circulating, but outside of the top 10. Bent up a lot of equipment, had to stop in the pits for a long repair. Scratch him from contention today. It's going to boil down to one of these 3. They have a pretty good gap over the rest of the pack, so it's time to let it all hang out. Onto the motocross track, and look at the dust now. About an hour ago when we first hit this section, no troubles at all, but it has certainly dried out. You can see how much wind is out there, so your passing will have to take place in the woods. The bit of shade the trees have provided have prevented the woods from drying out. No dust there at all. And we have a new leader. Where did Walker Fowler make the move? He's now in the number 1 spot from 3rd to 1st. It's Borich in 2nd, and no sign of Bittel. So in what is normally a game of attrition, we've had several riders run into trouble. McGill and now Bittel, and it's a 2-rider fight, and what a fight it is. Borich looking for a way around as they head back into the woods. But I know that Fowler is in great shape. He is not going to make it easy on Borich. It's the battle we wanted to see as Fowler was coming through the youth and amateur ranks when he came of age and got to the XC1 Pro class. How would he match up with Borich? Well, today will be a great test. How about this? Up to the number 3 spot. Yeah, Johnny Gallagher, 2nd generation GNCC rider. One of the most popular men out here. Up to the number 3 spot rallying today. Meanwhile, Fowler gonna try to win this thing. We're up to the white flag. He's made it through the pits. He's got the fuel he needs. He's going for the W. Stay with us.
The Can-Am Renegade 1000 XXC with the most powerful engine in the industry. The Outlander 1000 XT with a redesigned chassis for unequal trail riding. The Commander 1000 Limited, the most equipped, luxurious side-by-side in the industry. The facts say it's the most advanced lineup out there. But the ride says it all.
Racer TV is brought to you by AMSOIL, by Rocky Mountain ATV MC, and by Can-Am. Great battle for the win here at the Maxxis General GNCC. Chris Borich has taken the lead from Walker Fowler, and Fowler in the number 2 spot, trying to get it back. These two have been going at it for about an hour and 45 minutes, and now down the stretch of a 2-hour race, it is wheel to wheel. Chris Bittel was in the hunt earlier. He ran into some mechanical difficulties, so it's going to come down to one of these two. Borich is just so strong in these conditions. You see how relaxed he is, even taking looks over his shoulder, seeing where Fowler is, seeing where the alternate lines are to make sure that he doesn't leave the door open for a pass. Now into the woods, and Fowler is going to learn firsthand what it's all about to run the pace with Borich down the stretch, and what a pace it is. Into lap traffic, though. That'll slow you up, and it gives Fowler another opportunity. And there's Gallagher back in 3rd. A great run for the veteran out of Ohio on the number 8. Looking for his first podium since this race 10 years ago. Yeah, attaboy Johnny G. He's got a good gap over Yoho and Wolf, who are battling for 4th and 5th. But the question is, who will take the win? And it appears that Borich, as he usually does, is turning it on down the stretch. Onto the Aonia Pass motocross course for the last time. And this is what Borich does. It has to be demoralizing. Early in the race, it appears they have his number. It appears they've got what it takes to hold the champion off. But on the last lap, I don't know if he's either in better shape, if he's not showing his hand early, if he conserves more energy early on, but now Fowler is really having to let it all hang out to try to get him back. And remember, Fowler with the bad start today, he really had to extend himself to the 1st and 2nd laps. Borich was calm and in control the whole way, and it looks like that strategy is going to pay off. I don't know if there are any openings left. If there are, Fowler's going to go for it, but Borich is just far enough ahead where he doesn't have to worry about the number 2 getting in there and bumping wheels. We're at the 10-mile mark, so about 1 mile to go. One last stretch through the woods, and one last duel with lap traffic, and that has allowed Fowler to get inside. He's going for it. Found an opening, wasn't able to make the pass stick. The fans pointing out the good lines. The pressure being applied. Nice job by Fowler to keep himself in this one. Will it be enough? Borich opening it back up. Wait a minute. Fowler has gone down. Fowler has crashed. Giving it everything he has down the stretch. You can't argue with that. He went for it. He's going to come up short. Chris Borich takes the win. And what an effort by Walker Fowler. This race, similar situation last year when he actually ran into mechanical troubles in that same stretch. A great effort, though. Fowler will end up second in a very popular podium ride for Johnny Gallagher. Scoring one for the 30-plus set, showing that he still has what it takes. And there it is, Johnny Gallagher on the podium, and our checkered flagman, Ricky Towery is even pumped, as are all the people from Yamaha with that performance. Here's your AMSOIL results. Wolf holds off Yoho for 4th. Pickens 6th. Bithell recovers for 7th. There's the rest of the top 10. You know what? We talk to Borich all the time. Let's check in with Johnny G.
Feels pretty awesome. We worked really hard all winter. Disappointed myself and a lot of people the way I rode in Florida. Came out here with a chip on my shoulder today, and obviously I got a couple lucky breaks. Some guys had some problems, but I rode my tail off all day, and there were so many people out there cheering. It was awesome. I'm pretty stoked right now. I couldn't be happier. 10 years to the day. 2003 here in Washington, Georgia was my last podium, so 2013, I guess it's once a decade kind of thing. This won't be my last, I promise that.
Oh, come on, Johnny. Let's hope it's not a once-in-a-decade thing. If it's not your last, you'll have to do it at age 45. Here are your point standings. Fowler in second behind Borich. McGill and Bithell certainly lost some ground today. And now it's time to talk to the winner.
Well, we got hooked up all together. Bithell at the front. Beginning of the race, he checked out, and we were able to, me and McGill were able to close back in on him, and then something happened to him. But then me and Walker just battled from probably 3 laps to go on, and it was just a good race, just passing each other back and forth, and just was able to hold them off here at the end. I knew there was a lot of lines towards the end here, and we were able to pick the right one, get through it quick, and get the win.
Okay, let's show you how Borich got today's win with the AMSOIL race recap. A big scrum off the start, and Chris Bithell, not known for his starts, emerges with the early lead. Ian Borich running in formation, and then this, Adam McGill in 3rd place. Big crash, caught with our helmet cam. Opened the door for Walker Fowler to get to 3rd, and Fowler kept going. Would get all the way into the lead. Borich and Bithell would fight back, and on the last lap, Fowler goes down, trying to take the lead back from Borich. Borich takes the win. Johnny Gallagher 3rd, Fowler 2nd. They celebrate in front of a big crowd on the podium. Thanks for watching. For everyone here, I'm Jason Wygant. We'll see you next week.